class, and welcome to Math 8 College Algebra, offered with support. My name is Sumaya McLeave, and I'll be your instructor. I wanted to take a few minutes to go over the setup of the course and talk about what is expected and due dates and all that kind of stuff. So this is the home page of our Canvas page. So if you scroll down, you'll see there's a button for the orientation module and then each week of the course. On the left-hand side, you can quickly get to the syllabus. You can also reach the different modules by clicking this button. And it'll bring you to first the orientation module. Week 1 is below that, etc. Okay, so going back to the home page. I'm going to go through a typical week, and then I'll go back and go over the syllabus and talk a bit more about the homework. Okay, so you'll need to complete the orientation module by Wednesday evening. So please go through that. Make sure you're registered for my math lab, complete the syllabus quiz, all that kind of stuff. Then you'll start week 1. Okay, so each week starts with an overview, so you know what sections will be covered. And I also remind you of the due dates. So for this week, sections R.2 and R.4 are due on Thursday evening. Click the next button here at the bottom right. Read over strategies for learning math online. Okay, and then this will bring us to the R.2 page. So this section has 3 videos which you are to watch. Please take notes while you're watching the videos, write down all the examples, etc. There will be what I'm calling lecture questions embedded in the videos. So on the next page, this is where you will submit your responses. Okay, so I will grade them and send them back to you. If there's any corrections, you have 1 week from the due date to make corrections. And we can go back and forth as many times as you'd like until we get to that 1 week past the due date. So if you work diligently, everyone can earn 10 out of 10 points on these lecture questions. Okay, next is going to bring us to the homework page. Once you're registered for My Lab and Mastering, this will come up with the homework. Okay, so I've already answered question 1 correctly, so that has the green check by it. Let's click on question number 2. So we're answering an absolute value question. So the absolute value of 5x minus y, we'd like to simplify that where x and y are given. Okay, so let's say we incorrectly enter 0. Okay, so we're given a little hint on how to perhaps answer the question correctly. Check again, so it's still incorrect. We now have our final check. So this is our 3rd time that we have to answer the question correctly. If we answer it incorrectly again, then we have the option of moving on to the next question, or we could remain on this question and have similar numbers. Okay, and now we have 3 more chances to get this question correct. You also have question help features here on the top right. Help me solve this problem, view an example, ask my instructor. Okay, so these are here to help you get through the homework problems. And then also we'll be meeting during our Zoom calls, so you can ask questions then as well. Okay, clicking next here at the bottom. Oh, so we could save our work here. Okay, so next is going to bring us to the next page in Canvas. So now we're on to section R.4. Again, there are videos to watch. And then on the next page, you submit those lecture questions. Okay, I'm going to quickly go back to student view, and then we'll go over the syllabus. Okay. So the course summary here shows you when things are due. So by Wednesday evening, you'll need to register for My Lab Math, complete inputting answers, take the syllabus quiz, and the sample on-time credit. Then you're ready to move on to this week's homework, which is again sections R.2 and R.4. At the top here, there's a link to the syllabus. So this goes over what is expected in the course structure, what materials you're allowed to use or expected to have. Okay, the calculator, you may use a scientific calculator, but not a graphing calculator and not a cell phone while you're taking exams. Here I go over the kind of what is expected. So you're going to be watching the videos, answering those lecture questions. You do have the opportunity to make corrections, like I said, complete the homework. We will have Zoom calls as a class Monday through Thursday, starting at 9 a.m. Okay, so we'll meet for about an hour. You can communicate with me during those Zoom meetings, or if you'd like to email me directly, that is fine too. Talk about course hours, the grading scale. Okay, those lecture questions again. So here I go through in detail when things are due. And then again, you have 1 week to make corrections. So in week 2 of the course, you'll be completing your lecture questions for sections R5, R6, and R7. And at the same time, you'll be doing any corrections you had from week 1, meaning from sections R2 and R4. On-time credit, please read over that. So you make sure that you get your on-time credit. This counts for 4% of your grade. Okay, it's incentive to stay on time with the homework. We will have 3 exams during the semester, and these will be conducted over Zoom. So you need to make sure that you have a working web camera. The final exam will be Tuesday, May 25th, 10:30 to 12:30. So we can talk about that closer to the final. The drop policy is here. So if you fall more than 2 weeks behind, you could be dropped from the course. Also, if you miss too many hours in the Zoom meetings, you can also be dropped. So please make sure that you're communicating with me if you are behind or if you are missing class, but you don't want to be dropped. Okay, so other ways to communicate with me, academic honesty is here. So please read over the student's handbook. If I find you cheating on a quiz or a test, you can get a 0 for that quiz or test. Certain things that I expect you to be able to do by the time you successfully complete this course. Okay, there's also drop dates here. Students with disability, if this applies to you, if you get accommodations for testing, please make sure that you let me know as soon as possible. Even if you're not sure if you're going to be using those accommodations, it's better to get your homework, get the paperwork in, and then you can decide closer to the date. Okay, so again, the drop dates are here, changing to pass, no pass, dropping with or without a W, so make sure that you're aware of those. Okay, so here's the timeline. So this page I do recommend that you print out and have handy. So it goes over what sections we're covering each week, when the lecture questions and homework are due. Quizzes will be on Wednesdays. Okay, so Tuesdays and Thursdays are the due dates for homework. Wednesdays will be the due dates for quizzes. Your exams will also be on Wednesdays, except for the final. Okay, so let's go back to Canvas. Modules I talked about, so that's just another way to navigate through the course. MyLab and Mastering is where you will go to register for my math lab to do your homework. Confer Zoom. This will get you into our Zoom meetings. Okay, grades, announcements, etc. Okay, so hopefully this kind of helped answer a few questions. I will be seeing you guys on Tuesday at 9 a.m. So if you have any other questions, I'd be happy to answer them then. Okay, see you soon.